Right now at 5, a Sparta man pleads guilty to murdering his girlfriend in 2022.
And Sacred Heart Hospital in Eau Claire is closing its doors nearly a month sooner than expected.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Eau Claire Sacred Heart Hospital is closing earlier than expected. Hospital Sisters Health System announcing today that the hospital will close on March 22nd. St. Joseph's Hospital in Chippewa Falls will close the same day. Prevea Health Clinic locations in the Chippewa Valley will close on or before April 21st. Prevea Western Wisconsin Residency Clinics and the UW Stout location are expected to provide services through June 30th. Sacred Heart and St. Joseph's were originally going to close on April 21st.
An Illinois man is in custody for allegedly sexually assaulting guests at a Toma hotel where he works. 28-year-old Venkatesh Nalabatula facing 5 counts of second-degree sexual assault of an intoxicated victim, as well as 2 counts of committing battery on a person. According to the criminal complaint, Nalabatula is an employee of Clarion Point Hotel in Toma. The complaint says 2 guests were allegedly assaulted in 2 separate incidents, one in October and one in December. Police attempted to get video footage from the hotel, but video from both dates were not available. The first victim's sexual assault exam indicated DNA found on her matched that of Nalabatula. The second victim also underwent a sexual assault examination. Those results were not provided in the criminal complaint. Nalabatula is being held on a $500,000 cash bond.
A teenager who tried to kill a 15-year-old girl was sentenced to 20 years today. In La Crosse Court, Judge Ramona Gonzalez gave 19-year-old Austin Bailey his sentence. He will serve 16 years in prison and 4 years of extended supervision. After that, according to the criminal complaint, Bailey broke into the girl's home in September 2022. He tried to strangle her while she was sleeping, but she woke up and fought back. Bailey began stabbing her with a knife. He fled the scene but was found and arrested later.
A Sparta man accused of beating his girlfriend to death in 2022 has pleaded guilty as his homicide trial got underway in Sparta this afternoon. 32-year-old Sean Hawk was accused of killing 32-year-old Sarah Latimer following a breakup back in November.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is in Sparta tonight with the latest. Jeremy.
Yeah, Ken and Emily, Hogg was charged in November 2022 with first-degree intentional homicide and multiple counts of repeated domestic abuse. Today, he pleaded not guilty to all charges. Latimer died one day after she posted on social media about breaking up with Hogg. Latimer's mother says on the day of their breakup, Hogg beat her to the point that she ran to a laundromat where she saw a Sparta police officer. According to Latimer's mother, that officer saw Sarah's injuries and she believes he should have taken action to intervene sooner.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you all work for the DA's office, if you're all prosecutors, why aren't you prosecuting him for beating up my mentally ill, brain damaged daughter? Why did you do that? I don't know. This is like a total no-brainer.
Sparta Deputy Chief Booker Ferguson has contact with Latimer, or says that the police officer did have contact with Latimer that night and offered to help, but Latimer declined. According to Ferguson, the officer acted appropriately with the information and observations he was able to make at the time. Hawk will be sentenced in June. Live in Sparta, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
Okay, thank you, Jeremy. There's new details in Friday's fatal Clark County car accident that left 9 people dead.
According to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, a semi-tractor trailer heading east on State Highway 95 hit a van entering the intersection heading north. There were 9 people in the van. The Sheriff's Office says 7 were ejected. The driver of the semi was also ejected after entering a ditch.
The only survivor of the incident was a 2-year-old boy. He was taken to Marshfield Medical Center for treatment. He was released to family members earlier today.
Now, the Clark County Sheriff's Office has identified the truck driver as 51-year-old Daniel Liddicoat from Rui, Wisconsin. The van passengers were James McCoy, Linda Byler, Lydia Byler, Orla Schrock, Ellen Schrock, Delilah Schrock, Susanna Hertzler, and a 6-month-old child.
Family of the victims say they are part of the Amish community in Berks Garden, Virginia.
Yeah, we set another record here at La Crosse at 68 degrees. Previous record was 67. So once again, a mild, warm start to the work week once again. And conditions right now are very mild outside with just some high clouds. Eau Claire got up to the mid 60s, but not quite a record there. Potentially we could see that tomorrow. Overall, still very dry conditions. So several areas have some issues with fire weather going on where there's more wind right now. So not so much over the region, but the relative humidity is very low right now into the teens as we mixed out in some of the areas. So once again, fuel can really, fires can burn quite efficiently in these conditions. Winds are a little bit stronger to the south and east, and that's where they have more fire concerns. Overall, we still got that southwest wind, but no issues this evening. Really, it's going to be very mild, only get down to the 50s as we get closer to 10 p.m. with increasing cloud cover, and the same story for Eau Claire too. Just the mid 40s, so once again, very mild conditions. As we time out overnight, the cloud covers is really going to keep those temperatures staying up. So as you wake up, it's going to be more just in the 40s, maybe upper 30s at the coldest spots too. So quite a difference from this morning too. And as we go on throughout tomorrow, the things to know, we're going to have showers coming by the time we get to Wednesday night, a wet Thursday, which is Pi Day, by the way, too. And then we'll have some drier conditions for the weekend too. But we got one more day of maybe record level temperatures, and I'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
And
Okay.
I'm getting taken aback by the graphing paper.
Yeah, I
haven't
really
seen
like
that
those.
since I was
Maybe you can figure it out.
I don't want to look at it anymore. Those days are done.
Yeah, a creative solution though over
you go.
there. Greg, thanks very much. Well, the situation over in Haiti is becoming increasingly dire after a massive prison break just earlier this month. UN officials say around 15,000 people have been displaced in roughly the last week after the latest spike in gang violence. Missing from action, Prime Minister Ariel Henry, who has been staying in Puerto Rico since last Tuesday following his return from a diplomatic trip to Kenya to lobby for security backing. Some in Haiti's capital of Port-au-Prince, including gang leaders, have called for his ousting. And on Sunday, the U.S. Southern Command confirmed the military had, quote, conducted an operation to fortify the American embassy in Port-au-Prince and evacuate non-essential personnel. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in Jamaica meeting with Caribbean leaders to address that crisis.
President Biden taking aim at former President Trump's health care policies during a campaign stop in the battleground state of New Hampshire. Despite the stepped-up attacks on Trump, this morning Biden told city leaders from around America that he's making progress on uniting the country.
I promise to be president for all Americans, whether they voted for me or not. And we're making that real progress in red communities and blue communities. In fact, there are more investments going to red communities than blue communities.
But in a recent CBS News poll, 61% of Americans surveyed described the state of the country as divided. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump continues to take aim at Biden's border policies in both his rallies and on social media. During a campaign stop in Georgia this weekend, Trump met with the family of Laken Riley, the suspect in the nursing student's murder crossing the border illegally. Trump also criticized Biden for apologizing for calling the suspect an illegal rather than an undocumented during the State of the Union address.
Conservative activists are looking to recall Wisconsin's top elected Republican. Today, supporters of former President Trump submitted signatures to recall Assembly Speaker Robin Vos. The assemblyman upset Trump supporters after he refused to impeach the official who oversees the state elections. Wisconsin's Elections Commission will meet tomorrow to determine whether there are enough valid signatures to move that recall process forward.
A new survey shows almost 3/4 of men would rather do chores than go to the doctor.
After the break, what finally convinces one man a doctor's visit is necessary?
Here's California banker Eric Hovde running for U.S. Senate. But Hovde's lifestyle? Pure California. CEO of a billion-dollar bank. Here's Hovde's over $7 million Laguna Beach mansion. And 3 years in a row, Eric Hovde was named one of Orange County's most influential residents. Multimillionaire California banker Eric Hovde. On Wisconsin's side, don't bank on it. Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
Does your roof look great from the ground, but yet it's still leaking? We see roofs every day that look great, but the important details weren't done correctly. With the average cost of a replacement roof being north of $25,000, that might not be what you need. Let one of our specialists give you a free 16-point inspection and let you know exactly what's really wrong with your roof and show you how we can restore it, saving you thousands. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. Starting wage for laborers up to $18 per hour with a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience but a great attitude? Then apply today. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Looking for laminate or wood flooring? Why choose Carpets to Go? At Wisconsin's premier flooring sales, Carpets to Go has the best in selection and name brands. Forget what you thought about laminate. Today's laminate is better, stronger, and more stylish than ever. Wood flooring brings an elegance to any room, and there's a wood type and stain for every room. With free estimates and design, financing, and installation available, there's no better choice than Carpets to Go at their convenient location in Onalaska.
What I love about T-Mobile is that just about anywhere you go, you're going to have coverage.
Where I live is a rural area. The coverage has been awesome.
Reliable coverage is super important for me, for my business.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, guess what? It's not easy to get men to go to the doctor, and data backs that up.
Yep, according to a Cleveland Clinic survey, only 50% of men even consider getting a physical. 72% say they'd rather do household chores than go see a doc.
Interesting. CBS's Susan Elizabeth Littlefield has the story of one Minneapolis man who learned the importance of getting seen the hard way.
Sit with me and just...
At this point, Will makes healthcare look easy, but it's been a brutally hard road. It started with a stomach ache while he was at work.
It was nausea, and I had to go in the bathroom and throw up, but it was after that I started feeling these really weird pains in my stomach.
And the healthy 25-year-old would stay home for a week, wrenched in pain. He was sweating profusely and endlessly thirsty. His only relief was lying down, but still, he thought maybe it was a bad bug. His mom, who's seen a lot of sick people as a patient care coordinator, thought it was something worse.
He didn't look like my child. He looks sick. He almost looked like he's on death's bed.
I did not want to go to the hospital. I thought it was just like, oh, I'll be fine.
And I said, no, we need to call the ambulance.
And she was right. Will's body was failing. He had pancreatitis. The organ that's supposed to regulate the blood sugar was literally dying, and necrosis was setting in.
With pancreatitis, sometimes you get this really aggressive inflammatory response. So he was, his heart was racing, and he was, spiking fevers on and off during his hospital stay.
A stay that would last 5 long weeks, as Will was violently ill and lost 40 pounds.
What do you want people to know after your experience?
It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to tell people that you're in pain. Take my story, for example. I almost died. Not listening to my body and trying to be a tough guy, it's not worth it.
Will learned another big lesson, too.
Mama was right.
Mm-hmm. She's always right. I gotta listen to her,
Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Now, pancreatitis is a chronic illness, and Will's is under control, but he is being closely monitored.
A new study finds more than a third of teenagers think they spend too much time on their phones.
Around 40% of the 1,400 teens surveyed say they log too many hours on smartphones and social media. That same percentage said they need to cut back, but admitted they feel anxious when they're without their phones. That's according to a new report published by the Pew Research Center.
The findings come amid continued concern over the use of social media among teens and its effect on mental health.
Coming up, a music archive is in need of a new home.
Why the owner thinks it's important to preserve the physical copies of the world's greatest hits.
And we got a couple more days of nice, dry, warm conditions before we do have some rain that returns to the forecast. Maybe a little even snow in the forecast, too. I'll break all that down, including what you expect for the upcoming weekend. That coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Come Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Give your home a fresh look with wall and floor tile from Mohawk. Porcelain tiles are waterproof, scratch and stain resistant, and designed to stand up to everyday messes. Point Park tile is $159 each after rebate. Complete your tiling job with professional quality mortar and grouts from Tech. Perfect for any tile project. Stain-resistant power grout never needs sealing. Only $19.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It just keeps getting worse. The crack keeps growing. The doors and windows stick.
This must be very frustrating. Almost no one connects that these are telltale signs that water is shifting your foundation. But it's okay. We got it.
Oh, this is done growing in this house.
Okay.
The effects of water can be surprising. But at Innovative Basement Authority, we'll do a complete home inspection for free so you can put water back in its place. Schedule a free home inspection today.
Attention high school students and parents. Are you planning for your future after high school? Join us at CVTC's Spring Open House on Tuesday, March 26th to learn why CVTC is the smart start to your future. Meet instructors, participate in hands-on simulations and virtual reality activities, and apply for free at the event. Learn why students just like you are choosing CVTC. Register today for a chance to win great prizes. Visit CVTC.edu/spring.
Ever wonder why most window replacements fail? It's the installation process. Hi, I'm Steve from ClearChoice. Many companies rush through installations using the caulk and walk methods. They pop the old windows out, slap the new ones in, add a few screws and smears of caulk, then hurry on to the next job. Your window ends up barely hanging on. At ClearChoice, our Weather Guardian installation process ensures your windows are secure and airtight. Don't compromise on quality. Choose ClearChoice Window and Home Solutions for windows that stand the test of time.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Just north of New York City, an extraordinary library of popular music is in desperate need of a new home.
There are about 3 million recordings in this collection. Everything from signed copies of Johnny Cash to so-called bone recordings, which are bootlegs pressed into X-rays and smuggled into the Soviet Union.
ARC, the Archive of Contemporary Music, came to this farm 4 years ago after decades in New York City. But the land is zoned agricultural, so they'll need to move again.
Co-founder and director B. George says preserving physical copies in this digital age is more important than ever.
Because will the internet be the internet as we know it in 10 or 20 years?
Yeah.
All that stuff could disappear like it disappeared with early iPods. You just lost your stuff. We have an impossible task.
Yeah.
It may never be finished.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We do our best.
George hopes to transition from an archive to a center for popular music.
But to change locations, he says he needs one thing to make it happen, and that is finances.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm all for that. Like I'm a big book person, like the physical book, hard copy, because you want something in its actuality, like something tangible.
Exactly, tangible. I was just
tangible, to have. So it's good work that he's doing. I think so, preserving the originals.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. Well, let's check on our forecast with Greg.
Yeah, we definitely have dry conditions, but we have a few system that's going to be approaching here from the west. Really one out to the west, that's just going to be some cloud cover. The one that's really going to bring the wet conditions, it's just hitting the west coast. It'll take some time as it pushes across the Intermountain West and gets here. By about probably Wednesday night, we'll start seeing more precipitation. But in the meantime, we're going to see cloud cover overnight. That's definitely going to keep your temperatures going up as we go throughout the morning hours. Temperatures really just in the 40s, even if spots may stay at 50 or above. So it's going to be a warm morning, and cloud cover off and on. We'll see that'll help to keep the temps a little bit down, but still I think most areas of the time we get in the afternoon should hit the upper 60s, and a few spots 70. Just depends on cloud cover. We have a weak front that's starting to sag south. You can see the front, the winds begin to turn around from the northwest. It won't do much other than just give some cloud cover throughout the day, and through the evening hour, we'll keep those temperatures tomorrow evening generally even warmer. Once again in the 50s with increasing clouds further south as that system to the south begins to push up. But overall, should remain dry here. The other point we're looking at is relative humidity. They were quite low today. They'll come up tonight, which is expected. That's a typical thing. You'll see them up to the 60 to 70%. But then once again, tomorrow afternoon, we could mix out and get back down to the 20s and teens. So once again, the winds won't be a problem, but this low relative humidity will make anything burning outside quite efficient. So please use caution once again with these low relative humidities through Tuesday. They will start to improve because we do have that system that's hitting the west coast. Eventually it's going to make its way to the plains. Won't be until about Wednesday, and then it begins to lift north, spreading rainfall. Potentially probably will be Wednesday night or closer to Thursday morning. You can see the low center right down to the southwest there in Iowa. It'll spread rainfall, and potentially we could see a changeover at some point Thursday night to Friday, mainly for northern areas. Right now, a lot of questions remain on exactly when it will happen, and if the system tracks further south. That's why the chances of rain are still only about 60%, because we've had a tendency of these systems to kind of push further southeast and then brings the rainfall further southeast too. So that'll go through Thursday and then wrap up Friday morning. So we got some commutes Thursday night and Friday morning to take a closer look at as we get closer to the event. Otherwise, behind that will be more northwest flow, which will cool us back down. But in the meantime, it's going to be warm, really potential record highs. We'll see the temperatures finally start falling a little bit closer to average once that system passes by Friday. And then next weekend, really it's going to be temperatures pretty close to where we should be in the low to mid 40s with that northwest flow. Good news is we don't have any snow cover up to the ground, so that'll keep our temperatures more seasonable. This type of setup, we could actually see colder conditions if we had snow up to the north, which we don't right now. But for tonight, really going to be mild conditions. We're looking at temperatures upper 40s, maybe a 50 starting off tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow, more cloud cover, but I think we'll still get enough sun to get a lot of temperatures up to the upper 60s, near 70. Could be some record level temperatures. And then Wednesday, slightly cooler with more clouds. Then the rain comes in Wednesday night through Friday morning. We cool off for St. Patrick's Day weekend out there, but overall those mid 40s are pretty typical to where we should be. So enjoy the dry conditions through Wednesday, and then we have a short period of wet conditions coming again.
Yeah, you sure did get a nice birthday, didn't you, Greg?
Well,
happy
you know.
birthday.
All right, everybody. An anonymous donor helps create a new leadership position over at Viterbo.
Who is chosen to become the very first Medlin chair in just a few minutes.
Tuesday on News 8 Now this morning, we are getting into the St. Patty's Day spirit with some of the members from the Pump House show, Celtic Stories and Songs. We'll see you back here at 5 a.m.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
We've done many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
It's Blain's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Spring Early Bird Event. Now through March 20th, we're showing extra appreciation to our rewards members with exclusive members-only deals. Right now, get a half-price Mobil 1 oil filter when you buy a 5-quart jug of oil. Buy 3 tires, get 1 free. Rewards members get an extra $25 instant savings and up to a $100 consumer rebate when you buy 4 Cooper tires. Shop unbeatable rewards member deals and more for just a limited time in-store or online at farmandfleet.com.
Luther High School is a powerhouse in culture and fulfilling the needs of each student. We recognize the future needs of all students, whether it's a 4-year college, trades, or a trade school. Our on-site industrial arts program offers advanced welding, advanced woodworking programs, and our Industry 4.0 classes allow stackable credits at technical colleges throughout Wisconsin. Luther High School, Christ-centered, encouraging and preparing students for life. Schedule your tour today. Go to lutherhigh.org.
Do you know where your money's going? Ultra's online and mobile banking gives you instant access to your accounts and makes managing your finances easy. Halfway around the world or at your local neighborhood shop. No need to visit a branch to deposit checks, transfer money, or open new accounts. All of those and more are available right at your fingertips. Check your spending, make loan payments, and send money to your friends and family. Convenient banking that gives you control of your finances. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A new school position worth $1 million. Viterbo University announcing today they've created its first ever endowed chair position thanks to a very generous donor.
Scott Mahalovic was named the first Medlin chair for the university. His role will focus on educational leadership, representing Viterbo at academic conferences, and engaging in scholarly research.
An anonymous donor gifted $1.25 million to Viterbo to create the endowment. Mahalovic says this investment in leadership at Viterbo is a win for both him and the university.
The money that is being endowed is really targeted for educational leadership, and that, for me, is the prize. Good schools, great leaders, hand in hand.
Mahalovic is a lifelong La Crosse resident and former Logan High School principal. Prior to his new role, he served as Educational Leadership Program Coordinator for Viterbo since 2014.
All right, well deserved. Well, Greg's going to have one more check of your forecast when we come back.
Todd Holtz enjoys working at Park Bank because it's a small community bank that allows him to get to know his customers in a personal way. Todd also enjoys the great outdoors and the activities that come with camping. So visit Todd at Park Bank in La Crosse to talk about your financial dreams and roughing it.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth, towing up to 4,000 pounds, cutting millions of blades of grass. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Does your roof look great from the ground, but yet it's still leaking? We see roofs every day that look great, but the important details weren't done correctly. With the average cost of a replacement roof being north of $25,000, that might not be what you need. Let one of our specialists give you a free 16-point inspection and let you know exactly what's really wrong with your roof and show you how we can restore it, saving you thousands. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Getting up to 5% back is easy at Fleet Farm. Fleet Rewards members can earn up to 5% back on every purchase, in-store and online. The earnings stack up automatically. The more you buy, the more you earn. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. And Fleet Rewards membership is easy, so sign up now and start earning up to 5% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply.
There's been a lot of interest in interest these days. Interest is growing in our rewards-based Kasasa checking account with 3.55 annual percentage yield. Interested? Contact us at Park Bank. Member FDIC.
Oh, quite a bit warmer tonight with upper 40s, potentially maybe even a 50 with cloud cover. So definitely you'll feel the difference waking up tomorrow with low 40s overall for most of the area. We do have 50, potentially 70 coming for a lot of the areas with more cloud cover. And then it's slightly cooler on Wednesday, more clouds, and then the rain looks like it should come into the area Wednesday night through Friday morning.
Yeah.
And then slightly cooler towards St. Patrick's Day, but that's kind of where we should be anyway.
Right, exactly. Hey, enjoy tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. It's technically still winter, too, but we'll take this warm.
Bizarre. Thanks for joining us at 5.
We'll see you at 6.